Have you ever watched a movie and found yourself praying for a character as if they were your own family member? Oh, that was exactly how I felt watching Pray for Divine. From the very first scene, this movie sets an emotional tone that quietly prepares you for a journey of pain, faith, sacrifice, and hope. And honestly, it didn't take long before my heart started aching for this family. The story follows Divine, a young lady battling leukemia, and her father, a man carrying more burdens than anyone around him realizes. While Divine is trying to recover and hold on to her faith, her father is fighting battles that nobody sees.
And isn't that how many fathers are? They smile in front of their children, tell everyone they are fine, and carry the weight of the entire family on their shoulders. One of the scenes that touched me early in the movie was the interaction between Divine and her father at home. The father keeps worrying whenever she carries anything heavy because of her health condition. Don't do that next time. Simple words. But behind those words was a father terrified of losing the only child he has left. You could feel his fear. You could hear the pain hidden behind his voice. And Divine herself is such a sweet soul. Instead of focusing only on her own illness, she worries about her father too. She notices his struggles. She notices his stress. She notices the loneliness he tries to hide. That scene where she comes outside and begs him to come eat and rest really got me. Sometimes children see more than parents think they do. Another emotional moment was when father and daughter began talking about her late mother. Wow, that conversation was beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. The father remembers how his wife used to ask if he had enough sleep and how she would promise to massage him after work. You could see the memories flooding back. You could see the emptiness her absence left behind. Even after death, his love for his wife remains unchanged. That was a powerful reminder that true love doesn't always end when someone leaves this world. Then came Divine's diary entry. And honestly, that scene hit differently. As she writes, we discover that she has been in remission for 5 months. She thanks God for keeping her alive and talks about returning to the same house connected to painful memories. But what touched me most was when she said, "Fathers are good at hiding their struggles." Whew. That line alone carries so much truth. Divine knows her father's finances are collapsing because of her illness. She knows he has sacrificed everything, yet she still believes God has a better plan. Her faith in the middle of suffering was inspiring. But the scene that completely broke my heart was the conversation between the father and his brother. This was where the movie truly revealed the depth of the father's sacrifice. We learn that Divine has been battling leukemia for 2 years. 2 whole years. And during those years, this man has sold his cars, sold his properties, lost his business, spent everything trying to keep his daughter alive. Everything. Imagine that for a moment. Imagine watching your child suffer and selling every possession you own just for a chance to save them. How many people would be able to carry that burden without breaking down? The most painful part was discovering that things had become so bad that he no longer even had a phone. A man who once had businesses and properties had fallen to the point where he couldn't even afford a phone. That scene was heartbreaking. His brother was shocked. And honestly, I was shocked too. Because despite everything he was going through, he kept suffering in silence. He never reached out. He never complained. He never told anyone how bad things had become. When his brother realized the extent of the situation, you could see genuine disappointment mixed with love. Not disappointment because he needed help, disappointment because he chose to suffer alone. And that's a lesson many people need to hear. Sometimes strength is not carrying the burden alone. Sometimes strength is asking for help. Sometimes God sends help through people.
The moment his brother handed him a phone and asked him to enter his account number was one of the most touching scenes in the movie. Finally, someone was ready to stand with him. Finally, someone saw his pain. Finally, he didn't have to carry everything by himself. I found myself smiling through tears during that scene. Because after everything this man had endured, it felt good to see someone show up for him. The acting in this movie deserves praise. The actors didn't rely on excessive drama or shouting. Instead, they allowed emotions to flow naturally through conversations, facial expressions, and silence. And sometimes, silence speaks louder than words. The father especially delivered a performance that felt believable and relatable. His pain never felt forced. His love never felt artificial. His sacrifices felt real. The movie also carries strong messages about faith, family, resilience, and the importance of supporting one another during difficult times. Life can change suddenly. A successful business can collapse. Savings can disappear. Health can fail. But love, faith, and family support can keep people moving forward. As the story continues, one question remains in my mind. Will Divine completely recover? Will this family finally experience the better days they keep praying for? Will God reward this father's sacrifices? Those questions kept me emotionally invested throughout the movie. Overall, Pray for Divine is not just a story about illness. It is a story about unconditional love. It is a story about sacrifice. It is a story about a father willing to lose everything if it means saving his child. And trust me, if you have a soft spot for emotional family dramas, this movie will definitely touch your heart. Rating 4 stars and a half, 4.5 out of 5. Now tell me in the comments, what touched you the most in this part of the movie? The father's sacrifice? Divine's faith? Or the brother's willingness to help when he finally learned the truth? Let's talk about it. If this review touched you, please support the channel by liking this video, subscribing to Flicks and Feels, and hitting the notification bell so you never miss our next movie breakdown. Disclaimer: this review is based on scenes from Pray for Divine as uploaded on Uchenna Mbunabo TV02.